Anthony, can I follow?
Yeah. You can get me one of those. Yeah.
Robert, oh, so when you done?
Yeah, so them ones with the A, Robert. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hearing he's out in camp with Oleksandr Usyk.
I'm hearing the same thing.
What's that about?
He's trying to reinvent himself in many ways. And Anthony Joshua's always done that, by the way. He's always travelled around working with different people. He's trying to rediscover a little bit of that confidence. He's gone to Oleksandr Usyk, where we're hearing reports he's out there, training with Usyk and the team, trying to pick up something, trying to rediscover something.
That's very strange, boys.
Anthony Joshua training with Usyk is where the storyline flips from spectacle to serious business. AJ isn't just preparing for Jake Paul. He's leveling up with the very man who once outboxed him.
Are you still being trained by Ben Davison, Lee Wiley? Will Ben be in your corner on the 19th of December?
So no, I won't be trained by Ben Davison. I said that London's a bit distracting for me. So I was invited to train with Team Usyk. So I've been in Spain. We've been doing some good training out in Spain. And I think he's one of the best in the world. Not I think, he is one of the best in the world.
AJ has confirmed he'll be training alongside Oleksandr Usyk's team, stepping away from his usual setup and leaving London's distractions behind to focus overseas. And that decision alone says a lot. I won't be trained by Ben Davison. London's a bit distracting for me, so I was invited to train with Team Usyk.
It's not all down to him, it's also down to his team that's around him. So I linked up with them and getting an insight to how someone who's achieved so much. It's been phenomenal, man. It's been a great experience and it's very challenging.
Wow, I did not know that. So who will be your head trainer on the night?
Igor.
Okay, and how long have you been with them?
A couple months now.
Couple months?
Yeah.
In the darkness, in secret?
No, it's not a secret.
Are you sparring with Usyk?
No, I don't spar with Usyk. Usyk's, he's training somewhere else at the minute, but he's been in camp, but he's in and out of camp.
Okay.
So right now he's training somewhere.
We've been doing some good training, Joshua revealed, and you can feel the mindset shift instantly. He's not chasing comfort, he's chasing evolution, calling Usyk one of the best in the world and praising the mastermind team around him. AJ made it clear this camp is about learning, refining, and absorbing elite-level discipline.
Is that a wise move, Anthony Joshua into Oleksandr Usyk's camp?
Why not?
Can it not be? I mean, it has to be.
I think he had a good run under Ben Davison before the Dubois fight, and maybe he feels with that loss he needs another slight change in direction. Maybe he feels that Ben has got Moses and that's his main priority, possibly. I don't know.
Fabio's in the gym as well.
Yeah, there's loads in the gym, and Fabio and others, and Ben's got his hands full, and Barry, they've got, and Lee Wiley, they've got a huge stable. They're an incredible team. They do things differently, and why not? Why not? Anthony, go and learn from that camp. I think it's an intriguing move. And let's see what happens.
Anthony Joshua training with Usyk already showed this wasn't just some crossover spectacle. But then Eddie Hearn comes in sounding like a man who's just discovered a real-life cheat code. Suddenly, you, me, all of us are watching this unfold like a luxury heist where AJ walks away with dominance and a suitcase full of confidence. Eddie's basically saying, yeah, Jake signed it, and we can't help but smile. Because from their side, it looks like premium pay-per-view with heavyweight consequences. And honestly, I can't even lie.
Now we're fighting in an 8-round fight for 40 times more money against Jake Paul. So I love the opportunity for AJ on so many levels. I think it's a straightforward fight, massive profile, you know, and especially in the US. So we can go back into 2026, all guns blazing with Turk El-Sheikh and the plans to hopefully fight Tyson Fury. But in the meantime, we get to wrap our hands, go out there, build the profile a little bit, smash up Jake Paul, make a fortune, and on we go. So, yeah, for us, we were very pleased.
The calmness is almost comical, like they're talking about a casual morning jog while preparing to steamroll a bulldozer. He's calling it a straightforward fight, and when a promoter is that relaxed, you know the fighter must be looking terrifying in the gym. Joshua is studying Usyk's discipline, sharpening his engine, and then stepping into an 8-round showdown while Jake is still out here marketing belief like it's a new energy drink flavor.
That coming through, signed by Jake Paul, and I sort of looked at it, I was like, oh my God, he's done it. So yeah, look, I have to give him credit. I do think he's crazy. I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Do you think Jake's crazy?
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, listen, for us, we received an offer that was massive money and a really easy fight. We were talking about fighting this week here. in an 8-round fight.
And don't get me wrong, I respect Jake's confidence. But there's something undeniably funny about a man calling AJ washed, while that same AJ is being prepared like the final boss in a boxing video game. You can feel the setup here. This isn't just hype. This is Eddie orchestrating AJ's global relaunch with Jake as the stepping stone. And we're all sitting in the front row thinking, how long before heavyweight reality taps the mic and says, the show's over, folks?
This is very real. And, you know, once you get hit by AJ, you'll know all about it. As soon as AJ hits him on the chin, the fight's over. So when that comes, we don't know. But, you know, Jake's improved a hell of a lot. He's done a lot of camps. He's fought boxers. Like he's now become, I used to call him average, but he's become a decent cruiserweight. Decent cruiserweight, right? Not for me, not world class, but you know, a decent fight.
Eddie Hearn had us feeling like this whole AJ versus Jake situation was a luxury business deal wrapped in boxing gloves. And before you can even process that energy, Gareth A. Davies pops in from sunny Miami basically saying, yeah, this is wild. Now I'm sitting here thinking, welcome to the strangest heavyweight plot twist of the decade. You, me, all of us know exactly what this is. A certified spectacle where the interest is sky high, but the logic is still doing warm-up laps. Gareth calls it bizarre. I call it heavyweight roulette, because 1 minute it's AJ wins easy, and the next it's, but what if something crazy happens?
It's very hard for him to say no to this if he didn't want the money, but he wants the money, and you can't get away from that. It's a big money heist. He ought to put Jake Paul away quicker, or maybe has to put Jake Paul away quicker than he did Francis Ngannou in 2 rounds, and that was the former UFC heavyweight champion we were talking about there. So it's a lose-lose for him, unless...
And suddenly, we're all imagining the most awkward slip-and-slide moment in boxing history. And let's be honest, the pressure isn't even on Jake. It's on Joshua. If he looks too comfortable, people yell mismatch. If he looks too cautious, people start acting like Jake just unlocked a secret level. That's boxing internet logic for you. Undefeated in being ridiculous. But here's where it gets smart and spicy. Because while Gareth calls this a lose-lose scenario, I'm seeing it as a heavyweight popularity earthquake just waiting to hit.
In many ways, I think there's a lot of pressure on him, weirdly, because there's so much interest. I mean, it's exploded since it was announced, because it's anomalous in many, many ways.
There's a danger, though, Gareth, and if he damages him badly.
Exactly.
That will be bad for him, bad for the sport, and probably the end of YouTube boxing as we know it.
Yeah, look, people want to see him. I think a lot of people who like boxing want to see Jake Paul put in his place, but no one wants to see him really hurt.
You've got AJ, the polished professional carrying legacy on his shoulders, and Jake Paul, the walking chaos generator, trying to turn the whole thing into a headline factory. And you can feel it. The tension isn't just physical, it's psychological. Every feint, every stare, every press conference moment is being analyzed like a final boss trailer. We're not watching a normal fight, we're watching two worlds collide. And whether you love it, hate it, or you're just here for the madness, one thing is certain. When that bell rings, the jokes stop and the reality check begins. We're all locked in, waiting to see whose version of confidence survives under the spotlight.
A warm-up fight. This is a circus act. This is a freak show. So this is a money grab, and it's nothing more than that. So I think both Fury and Joshua get in the ring and have a warm-up fight, if you like, which I don't like. I think they should just be fighting each other, and then they'll meet in September, we understand.
And just when Gareth had us wondering whether this whole thing is a circus or a social experiment, Wade Plemons jumps in and turns the spotlight straight onto Jake Paul's mindset. And I won't lie, this is where it gets spicy. We're not talking mere courage anymore. We're talking full main character energy. Jake isn't just claiming he can win. He's out here promising a cinematic knockout over a two-time heavyweight champion like he's discovered cheat codes hidden under a Celsius can. And sure, that level of confidence is how he's gotten this far. But you, me, and anyone with working eyes can see this isn't just bold. This is walking into a thunderstorm with a metal umbrella and calling it character development.
Maybe where his delusion finally leads to the end of Jake Paul's career. Because delusion in this business can get you hurt real bad. And I think for the first time, Jake Paul's delusional idea about how good he is in the sport and what he can do may have led him a bit too far. This is the first time where Jake is in real.
Now here's the scary funny part. Wade nails it when he points out that Jake's "I'm that guy" aura might finally collide with reality. Capital R. He's not facing a sparring partner who forgot to keep his guard up. He's stepping in against a heavyweight who treats right hands like eviction notices. Jake calling AJ stiff is cute, but Joshua moving slow is still like a luxury train rolling at you in slow motion. You're still getting hit. Sure, Jake's belief system is undefeated, but belief doesn't block uppercuts. And confidence doesn't shrink a 6'6" Olympic-built problem standing across from you. This isn't a motivational speech, it's physics wearing boxing gloves.
One is the one where I think he went too far trying to convince everyone that he will do the unthinkable and has done the unthinkable. And I just don't see how he hasn't put himself in the most dangerous, most health risked spot, life-threatening, legitimately, spot of Jake's career. And I mean that word life twofold. I mean his boxing life, and I mean potentially his actual physical.
What makes this even wilder is the pressure cooker AJ's stepping into. If he toys with Jake, people cry embarrassment. If he finishes it too fast, people cry mismatch. Meanwhile, Jake is treating this like his superhero origin story, talking destiny while the boxing gods sharpen the reality check. I respect the bravery. I respect the audacity. But we could be witnessing the exact moment delusion clocks out and reality clocks in, with gloves on. Either Jake makes history, or Anthony Joshua reminds everyone why heavyweight boxing is not a playground. And honestly, that tension is exactly why we're all glued to this madness.
The only thing you're banking on is he doesn't have a chin. This could be the most rude wake-up call I've ever seen in boxing. Legitimately. This could be one of the most damaging fights you have ever seen in boxing. Career-ending, life-altering. I'm not saying that as a joke. I legitimately think that could be a possibility at play, which is why, again, you have to give respect to Jake.
So here we are, teetering on the edge of madness and momentum, watching Anthony Joshua sharpen his sword with Usyk's discipline, while Jake Paul charges forward fueled by pure belief and chaos. One side embodies legacy, structure, and heavyweight reality. The other thrives on confidence, spectacle, and a dream that seems insane until the bell rings. That's the real question. Is this the night Jake's delusion finally cashes in? Or will AJ remind the world that heavyweight boxing isn't a TikTok challenge? I want to hear from you. Do you see this as a disaster waiting to happen, or the blueprint for the wildest upset ever? Drop your thoughts in the comments like a proper boxing debate, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.